What do we have here? Time for some more Zetsubou Sensei. What a great way to start off a week. No matter how it's going, we know it can always get worse. So, whatever it may be that we'll be accosted with today, it might be fun at least. In the previous episode we got some neat animation, some new styles, so what can they pull in now? If changing up voice actors, changing animation styles, changing the entire genre of the show itself is not excluded from the remit of what might actually occur, is there anything tying this show to any form of reality? Let's find out. So sit down, grab a drink. Let's begin. We're starting like this, are we? For some reason, I'm not complaining. And rather than stand around like most of the other characters, of course, Miria would be enjoying themselves on the slide. Right. Is he not capturing the... I was going to say, is he not capturing the other one in the picture, but... Oh, okay, I'm just... Run away. Any form of relief or believability. Spy? Yeah, there must have been a little bit of subterfuge. Never hurt anyone. Now, she must have very poor eyesight, but very specific eyesight, to not see the two in front of her that may be the subject of the photograph, and instead hone in on him. Tunnel vision is one hell of a thing, but then again, where were they in the crucial matter? Is that now going to be the end of their little summer vacation fun? I would suppose it is, actually. So, if potentially not inaccurate accusations occurred in this episode, what else is also up for grabs? To be fair, I think the teacher, whether it be accurate or not, hasn't been charged with enough. Pineapple pudding. So we're sticking with the spy routine, are we? What are you asking? Yeah, why are you asking that? Just... Why are you doing some research? Do these things happen often? So this is why he's treated as a spy. It seems they're a lot more vigilant on these kind of things in Japan. Huh. Sports suit? Fair, yeah. There's no need for fashion when it's function is the important part. Ah, yes. Anyone and everyone carries the equipment they need for spying. Where did that come from? But great. Thanks for that, Maria. There may be something to this train of thought, though. When you take equipment in to be repaired, sure, maybe. Cameras up around the cameras up around every corner, capturing your every move. Well, what the hell was that? Some things are just coincidences. Let's not jump to accusations of plagiarism and stealing when it comes to anime and manga. That goes poorly, as we know. That one's not a joke, by the way. And considering the... While there is definitely one that we know has been following someone around pretty much all day, every day. Destroy. We have no diplomatic relationship. I accidentally falling into the remit of being a spy. No matter how far he runs, the government's not far behind. Great. Can you sue someone on suspicion of spying? Is it more of a governmental issue? Comrade. Only saw one of those orders. Recording devices in a concert. Unbelievable. Some things are, for spying or subterfuge. Others, maybe, it's just for, stopping of pirating material. How can he be... That ego again, thinking everything's about him. Well, if they're accusing him so much, he may as well turn to a little double agent action. City spring water. Over before it even began. Excuse me? I feel as though there's one of them there who doesn't actually know what's going on. They just like the fun they're having. Where you can't even turn traitor. Was it that poor dog? Isn't anyone going to help it? Yep. And if you release falsified information in specific times and situations, you can really tie down on who this mole is. Oh, tax avoidance on fashion and glassware. Nice. I mean, we've seen some stories about pandas coming out of China recently. I didn't hear about them being white, though. I mean, what part of that was false? Nothing is fabricated about this story. She can float through the skies, enjoying the nice air. There are some things where I don't want to know about what they are trying to deliberately hide. I like it. I mean, he has a specific style that he likes. What's wrong with that? Saved once again. 10 out of 10 landing. Well, is that what he's trying to hide? Not the fact he's wearing an anime shirt, but Right. The visage and appearance of a delinquent, just to keep himself from being hurt. Right. What the hell is mushy cream? The more you try to boast and fabricate stories, the more likely they are to be exposed. Some white lies are a little less damaging than others, sure, but... Initial delinquent? Yeah, what is this? I would like to know what that arrow is speaking of. Is this interesting music to go along with this scene? But is this what they're doing, expanding the meaning of May exposure? Flimsy pretenses. Well, good thing we're much past May then. Although I did start my new job in May. What that says, I don't know. Yes, no one knows. It's fine, he can keep his secret. Delusions, marriage, politics. Yep. Something. Is anyone being sued for that one when it's intentional? Huh? Oh no. Not all secrets are negative. Wonder if that was targeted at anyone. And where she wants to have a life of inactivity, staying inside. Some things are not allowed. This may be a little above physical ability. Please no more stories about dams and shovels. I've seen enough of that. Does he want to know? He'll be in for questioning soon if anything comes out. How many more of his students can be put away? Make life easier. Maybe it's best that you don't have credit cards then. Too many people think it's just free money. The truth was revealed. That's it? Good thing no one really cares about fashion around here. I would be so ostracized. Maybe not like that, though. Uniform, definitely. For the love of God, uniform. Don't let her dream die so early on. So, oh god, what's going to be exposed willingly rather than found from... Who are you? What is 25 rated? That doesn't make sense. That makes sense. Some of them, I'd prefer if they not... I have to that would explain so much. Huh? Huh? I'm sure there's plenty out there who would not be too upset by that information. and forgive her easily. He has actually no credentials of being a teacher. Don't blush. So, there's a difference between willing release of information and shoving things out that likes younger women. Oh no, this film reel was making me dizzy. Never was it established that she was. Apart from the whole fake sibling routine that we went through before. Aren't these death lilies? And how long are we going to have this filter, the crunkled paper over the top kind of thing? Hun? Well, maybe in mathematics. This is what happens when you try to be a little pedantic over wording. Rather than let things just settle in colloquial use. Half forced, half in doubt, semi-airtight. So, things that are labelled have to be entirely and literally. Oh no. I mean, yeah, her facial muscles themselves aren't moving. Yep, subjective measurements in empirical evaluation is very difficult. That one. Yeah, that works. Who else could put it off flawlessly? Is that just a facial quirk of his or a medical situation? And this is where she gets exposed as not be... Oh? Okay. She falls onto the rare half-killed. Yep. Definitely been half dead till Sunday kind of thing before, but definitely more in the alive department. So yeah, she's got that one. How often are we going to see this stalk? What is it going to be used later in the story or never We've got a fabric bandit out there coming in and reverse sewing onto... Well, it's not reverse sewing, just sewing extra... Make it full half and half. Add some tears in there. Ugh. I was going to say, if you just do it from one eye, then it's 50. Doesn't do things by halves. Is it? Be sure to practice until then. I mean, half watching is just like not paying attention to something, isn't it? How can you calculate? The only one devoid of any retaliation. Well, has Maria done anything wrong? Are you sure about that? Well, yeah. Word things properly and you've got a whole new life done for you. Please use a different example. We do not need an example. Are we talking about surface area or volume? This show needs it as many extra views as possible. Both the show itself and my channel. Maybe I should get some bandages out. Not good enough. Can we have a half ending instead? That's more thorough and final, isn't it? Needs to be bigger. Oh, now you're going... That's 45? Ah, I see. How are we getting this view? Sometimes those bandages are useful. Oh, the explosion is actually canon in this world. Okay. And is there going to be any repercussions for destroying the school building and the world at large? How much... She got there fast. How much help is she actually going to apply? That's only a 20% smile. We've garnered that much. Oh, I see. The dark side of it all. Everything makes so much sense. We never saw them in the same scene before. The one who always puts him closest to the grave. I think, compared to a lot of the jokes and side stories and whatnot that I see in Zetsubou Sensei, this one was a lot easier for me to follow, especially with just the idea of half and half, and a lot of the sayings are somewhat interchangeable. Really just boil down to standards, doesn't it? Maybe I can finish this with a half-assed attempt at an explanation of what I've seen today. I feel like to be able to fully understand Zetsubou Sensei, I need to rest up well before watching it. It's a problem for Mondays. I can't read that. Not enough time. Right. You told me? This is going too fast. What am I trying to put together here? Please get the class together. That's an art style I know. Also kind of fitting considering today is somewhat warm. Well, not really outside, but in this room particularly with all of my PCs going on. To have a summer episode start off with a nice cooling day at a water park. Whether you have accusations levied against you or not. Especially in society today, you have to be very careful about who you point a camera towards. And how often, how many times are we going to see that girl get him into trouble? If not fire, as we saw, the camera incident, what appears to be the curry/murder plan. All of his troubles started when she pulled him down from that tree. She's been warning us all along, the darkness hidden behind those eyes. Let's hope these plans of hers are only half-baked. Within about 5 percentiles of error. It's always good to add a little clarifier on, although it does make sayings a little wordy. I think what we've discovered this episode mostly is that everything will be discovered one way or another, so it's best not to leave half-truths or falsehoods out there. Luckily for my channel, I've always stated that I'm a complete moron, so I think I've got my bases covered. I didn't pretend to be smart. There's plenty to say with Zetsubou Sensei. Unfortunately, I've got none of the answers. This one was a little more straightforward to appreciate, as I stated, partly because, well, it wasn't too outlandish. Maybe some of the truths that were made light of this episode came out of nowhere. Others, for their character, completely understandable. I would have thought, though, that the bandages never swapped, not because of wanting inherent sympathy, but because injured so much. Why bother taking them off once she's healed up? You'd only go back on. But whatever it is, we will find out. So, if you've been holding on to a lie that's been burning at your heart ever since, let it be free. Otherwise, something like this might happen to you. Although, I do believe we may be safe. I don't know anyone that is quite nearly as bad as Zetsubou Sensei. So, there's hope for us all. If you've enjoyed this episode, let me know. If you've only slightly enjoyed it, if it's been fun to a 25% level, maybe let me know. But around half, maybe that deserves a like. Consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out future videos as well. Most importantly though, make sure to get yourself some rest, because I hope to see you for the next one, whether you're fully awake or not. We don't want to be half-hearted about these things. If you don't want to do things by halves, consider joining onto my Patreon. Fully support the channel, make sure it keeps going, and that I can't go off half-cocked. Although, no real promises on that one. Still, to all of you out there, but especially to Sal, Guado, Kite, Wolfie Sensei, and everyone else, I wouldn't be half the man I was if it wasn't for all of you. So, once again, thank you.